there is a version of you that has already lost everything. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not all at once, but one day, something you built your entire identity around will collapse. A career, a relationship, a belief about who you are. And in that silence, in that terrifying, empty silence after the crash, you will face the only question that has ever actually mattered. Can I rebuild myself from nothing? This video is your answer. But I have to warn you, the answer is not what you think.
Most people think the hardest part of starting over is the starting. It is not. The hardest part is letting go of who you used to be. There is a psychological concept called identity foreclosure. It is when you lock yourself into an identity so tightly that when life strips it away, you do not just lose a job or a relationship, you lose yourself. The student who is always top of the class, who then fails. The provider who built everything around being needed, who is then left behind. The person who defined themselves by their success, their title, their circle, who suddenly has none of it. Starting over is not about finding a new plan. It is about releasing the death grip on an old identity that no longer serves you. And that is the part nobody talks about. If you study the psychology of resilience, every successful rebuild follows the same 3 phases. Not sometimes, every time. Phase 1. The audit. Before you build anything new, you have to be brutally honest about where you stand right now. Not where you were, not where you wish you were, where you actually are. Your finances, your health, your skills, your relationships. What is left? Not what was taken, what is left. Most people skip this step because the truth is painful. But you cannot navigate out of a situation you refuse to accurately see. Phase 2. The foundation day. Not a foundation year, not a foundation month. One single day. You pick one day and you execute it perfectly. You wake up on time. You eat clean. You move your body. You do 1 hour of focused work toward whatever is next. You go to sleep on time. That is it. Why one day? Because after you have lost everything, your confidence is destroyed. And confidence is not rebuilt by thinking, it is rebuilt by evidence. One perfect day gives you evidence. Then you do it again. And again. And suddenly you have a streak. And that streak becomes an identity. Phase 3. The 90-day container. Give yourself exactly 90 days. Not forever, not someday. 90 days to build one new skill, start one new project, or establish one new discipline. The container removes the overwhelming nature of rebuilding an entire life. You are not rebuilding your life. You are just filling a 90-day container. After 90 days, you assess, you adjust, and you fill another container. Phase by phase, container by container. That is how people rebuild from nothing. But here is where most people get it wrong. They rebuild with the same mindset that built the thing that collapsed. The person who lost everything because they chased status rebuilds by chasing status again. The person who burned out because they never set boundaries rebuilds without boundaries again. Rebuilding from nothing only works if you rebuild as someone new. Not a better version of the old you, a fundamentally different you. In psychology, this is called post-traumatic growth. It is the documented phenomenon where people who go through devastating experiences do not just recover to their baseline, they actually surpass it. They become stronger, more purposeful, more clear about what matters. The collapse was not the end of your story. It was the edit. So here is what I need you to understand. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not starting from nothing. You are starting from experience. And experience, even painful experience, is the most valuable building material that exists. Tonight, before you sleep, I want you to do one thing. Take out a piece of paper. Draw a line down the middle. On the left, write everything you have lost. On the right, write everything you still have. And then look at the right side. Really look at it. That is your foundation. That is where your rebuild starts. If this video made you think differently about starting over, subscribe to the Lucid Mindset, because what comes next will challenge everything you thought you knew about discipline. And trust me, you are not ready for it, but you will be.